talking about practice, specifically the difference between regular practice and deliberate practice, and how you can make a few simple tweaks to your practice so you can help you and your horse improve your skills quicker. Now, confident, gritty riders practice differently. They don't just repeat the same thing over and over. They are deliberate about how they practice. They seek feedback to test if they have improved. Their focus is on mastery. They have their own scorecard, judging themselves based on their effort instead of comparing themselves to others. After all, how you practice is how you will perform. So we want to be sure that we are practicing deliberately so that we can perform at our best. Let's get started. Now, the original research on deliberate practice was conducted by Anders Ericsson. To learn more about his work, make sure to check out his book, Peak. Ericsson explains that the difference between deliberate practice and regular practice is that deliberate practice is systematic. It requires focused attention and it has a clear goal of improvement. Now, regular practice often is just simple repetition. Now, we can be lulled into the illusion that by simply practicing more, by getting in more repetitions, that we are bound to improve. And in some ways, this model of repetition does give us more experience, and it serves to habituate your horse to a specific maneuver or a task. However, too often this mindless drilling causes us to reinforce current habits, and we reach a plateau where we no longer improve. You've probably heard the 10,000 hour rule, popularized by Malcolm Gladwell's book Outliers. But here's the thing, just putting in 10,000 hours isn't going to make you an expert if you are simply performing mindless repetitions. You need to make those hours of practice deliberate if you are going to improve. So how can you start to practice deliberately to ensure improvement? By following these 7 keys to deliberate practice. The first key is to recognize and accept that deliberate practice requires effort. It requires high levels of concentration and focus. It takes grit to consistently put forth this effort. Key number 2, you will need to stretch yourself out of your comfort zone and practice just beyond your current skill level. Get into that grit zone. Key number 3, repeat often. Just practicing deliberately once isn't going to make skills and abilities magically appear. I wish it were that easy. Key number 4, seek feedback. Having a friend, a coach, trainer, or a mentor that can watch you and your horse and tell if you are performing a maneuver correctly or not, and who can provide feedback for improvement, is the fastest way to gain new skills. Key number 5, proper prior preparation is needed. You need to have a goal, a clear picture of what you want to have happen during your practice rides. You need a plan of action. Key number 6, deliberate practice requires self-awareness. You need to be able to be present in the moment with your horse, aware of your actions and your horse's actions, and able to assess your own performance to track your progress towards your goals. And key number 7, after practice sessions are complete, gritty riders reflect and evaluate to track their progress toward their goals. Keeping a riding journal is a really great way to do this. Now, focusing your practice to improve your horsemanship. Here are some reflection questions to ask yourself. First question is, how can you make deliberate practice a habit? What does deliberate practice look like to you? When do you practice best? What do you want to feel when you practice? And what would help you to practice more? How can you practice and move one step closer to your goals today?